Welcome to the Sippin With Siblings podcast. We are three queer siblings with a passion for pop culture and a love for liquor. Hey! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sippin With Siblings podcast and also my YouTube channel because I'm also recording a video for my channel today. But, hey, everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back. Glad to see y'all. This is our, second time making a video for the podcast?
Yeah, it's our second time. I was going to start putting it behind the paywall, but I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. I'll wait till we start making a little bit of money first. And we have a special guest today. Say hey.
Hey.
That is Zay. He is a friend of the friend group. And he is subbing in for our absent sister. Like always.
The always absent sister. That's never here.
Never. So, I think we'll just start filling her spot with random people until she likes to show up one day.
Yeah, until she decides that this is important to her.
Yeah. All right. So, what's new, everybody? Well, let's start off with Zay. Want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, I'm Zay. Working 2 jobs now, so that's new.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I know these motherfuckers, so, hey. How you doing?
Here it is.
Okay, what kind of work do you do?
Huh?
You don't have to go tie that if you don't want to, but I'm trying to give them a little bit more about you. Like, how old are you?
I'm 24. Well, I'm about to be 24.
Sign?
Like a few days, Cancer.
Mm-hmm. Birthday?
July the 14th, so,
I know that's
feel
right.
free to cash at me. It's Mr. Craig 714. Send something my way.
Promotion.
I know that's right.
I just recently had my 10-year high school reunion.
Woo!
Yeah, it was a doozy. We're supposed to do a park thing, but the weather was supposed to rain all day long. So we decided, and we changed it to a church clubhouse.
For a reunion?
Yeah. But it was last minute. It was literally the day of we had to find this place. So everyone else was booked or was charging too much. So we ended up getting a church clubhouse. A lot of people came out with their kids, and it was cute for what we had to do last minute. And then the next day, when we went to the bar and shit like that, that's when everybody got lit, got loose, and shit got to spilling. But I had a good time. I can't wait till our 20th because I'm definitely gonna have a hand in it.
You definitely should. Like, isn't the possibility committee when it goes to hold this?
Yeah, that's what my mom or my nana was saying. There's supposed to be like a committee, supposed to give people one person handle this, one person handle that. I don't know why person took it on by herself, but girl, props to you because you actually pulled it off. Good job.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's right. So do all the old high school crushes still hold up?
A few of them still held up. A few of them did not. A few of them went flat like a tire.
Okay.
And a few of them broke the fuck up.
No, that's right.
Taking good care of themselves.
All right.
But everybody got kids. Damn.
Okay, baby. Except for the gays. All the gays came in and like, that's the little ragamuffins here.
Fuck them kids.
Okay.
What's new with you?
New with me. Nothing's been new, really. Still fighting the battle of getting my stuff to get my surges. Them emailing people is so irritating, going back and forth and calling. It's just too much. It's too much. I'm sick of it. I did go on a date recently. That was not worth it.
Aww.
Yeah, I could have stayed home.
Tell the people the story.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you the story. So I went on a date with this guy that I had met at the bar. We got there. He asked me if I wanted to get anything. I was like, oh, no, maybe just something to drink. It's cool. So, he bought me a little Sprite. I know I love me a little Sprite. I thought he was going to buy some popcorn like you do in a movie. Mm-hmm. He did not buy any popcorn. So, he was like, okay, well, he got me a Sprite. Yeah, right, Strike One. And he got him some Sour Patch Kids. Okay. So, I filled up my Sprite. He was like, you know what? I will go get me some popcorn. He go get some popcorn, and then he just salted. He don't even put no butter. Like, you don't want no butter?
Strike 2.
Okay, and then we get into the movie. We sit there, we watch, and we kick in. And then it's going pretty good, except for guess what? He ain't giving me no popcorn. He just in there chilling, like, grubbing on his popcorn. I'm in the movie like, have some popcorn. Oh, have something. I got some Sprite to wash it down, but I got nothing to wash it down. Ain't got no popcorn.
Okay.
So then he eventually like, hey, would you like some popcorn? I'm like, thank you for offering. But then he's holding it on this side, and I'm on this side, so anytime.
So he's turned away from you.
So I can't even just, like, freely get into the bag and get popcorn. I just gotta wait till he offers the popcorn. So, like, maybe every, like, 20 minutes, he'll be like,
20 minutes? And I came to a movie.
Like, you
that
supposed to put it right here. And I didn't want to see the movie because, number one, I feel like for a first date...
Don't do Jurassic.
I don't... You get some food?
No.
Just...
No, nothing. So that's what was irritating.
Starving
like strike 4 and 5.
Bitch,
like,
and I thought it was because we had spoke about going to, what was it, Charlie's afterwards, which is like the bar, pub, and grill. We was going to go there afterwards, but then, like, when the movie was over, he said that he had to work at 5 in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay, well, give you a little hug. I don't give him no kiss because he don't deserve it.
Yeah,
so then he had to go.
No.
And that was the end of that, and I haven't heard from him since, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, well.
I'm fine with
flat
that.
ass dates.
Facts.
Damn
Anybody
shame.
else? Anybody got any else thing new to say?
What we drinking on?
Oh, today we are drinking on...
Some fucking medicine, y'all. Let me
It's
tell you
not
what this
medicine.
bitch
I'm going to show you. Shut up, because I had this stuff from, like, the weekend. I didn't mean to actually have it today.
Jimmy Apple. Not even honey.
They didn't have honey or vanilla. They only had that in peach. I don't want no peach.
What's
Also, y'all like my necklace?
cranberry,
It's like Beauty and the
raspberry,
Beast.
pear shit, y'all. Like, it tastes like straight up medicine.
So, you know, I love to do an icebreaker
Yes.
before each podcast post. So, I want to ask y'all, what is y'all's, like, go-to for a first date? Since, you know, we talked about first dates. What is y'all's go-to for a first date? And it was trash, so.
Zay?
Well, I would say I like to do some type of food, you know, some type of, like, you know, go out, like, lunch, dinner, something like that, you know. And, try to do something, like, spontaneous, you know, like, maybe, like, you know, go, something that's going to, like, you know, have you active, you know, go play some type of game, you know, something like race, you know, go-karts or something like that. You know, you go, you know, depending on the type of person, you even go class and go dinner and a movie. But, you know, if you're going to do that, like, you know, I feel like be willing to splurge on the movie and stuff like that.
Right.
And
get her some popcorn.
you know.
And Sherry, they Sour Patch Kids.
And don't only do that, you know, maybe like go to the park or something like that, you know, after that. You know, do something where you guys like, you know, talk. You know, sitting in the movie, you ain't talking, you ain't actually getting to know this person. So you gotta like make time to, you know, get to know that person.
Yeah.
Type shit. So, yeah.
Okay. Kayla?
I would say a movie wouldn't be ideal for the first date. Because,
Nothing.
like you said, you want to get to know this person and talk with them and shit like that. So, and if dinner, you don't want to sit around and talk and, you know, be awkward at a silent dinner, games would be the best thing. Or go bowling, or we have an arcade here called Barbatics, and go-karting. Something active to where y'all don't have to sit there and focus on each other the whole time. Like, it's not awkward.
Exactly.
Yeah, like dinner dates are like once y'all get comfortable with each other and be in each other's space, then y'all can go sit at a dinner. Movies, once y'all really get comfortable and y'all don't even have to talk to be around each other, y'all can just feed off each other. Like, movies are not good for a first date.
They're not.
They're not.
And see, I like me a good breakfast date, bitch. I feel like people sleep on breakfast dates. Because number one, after you go out early in the morning, you get some coffee, you chit-chat, you know, at the end of it, you know, you got, if it goes good, you have the rest of the day to plan something else or to continue. Yeah. And if it's trash, you still got the rest of your day to rebuild it.
That's true. Yeah.
But I also do like something active. I love me a little active thing. Like you said, like a cute little robotics, go bowling, go to the bar, play some pool, get some drinks. Yeah. Something that's not like super
intimate
to where it's not like, okay, I need to know everything and everything about you, and I need something I can get up and walk away if I don't like it.
Period. Yeah. Or distract myself with other
people
the movie, around me.
Thumbs got to get up, make an exit, and people gonna be looking at me. Next thing you know, where'd you go? I'm gone. I'm gone.
Petty.
Fuck that. I'm in another movie.
So, I mean, what's yours? What's your ideal date?
I just said that.
Did you? I really was not listening. I tuned the fuck out.
He did. He really did. All right. Well, we're going on to our topics for the day, y'all. So, who wants to go first? Do you have a topic at all?
No.
Or are you just here to comment on ours?
Well, yeah, I kind of just jumped in last second, so I'm here for feedback, you know. But if I come up with something, I'll let you know.
Okay. Cute. Kayla, you want to go first?
Or
you want to go first? You go first.
Okay.
Give us our topic.
So, I wanted to talk about, I have a little notebook here, y'all.
Of course he does.
How comfortable are you in your masculinity? So, recently I've been watching Pvalley. Y'all know I love some Pvalley. Everybody loves some Pvalley. So, the first season, you already know, is centered around a gay would you call him a drag? Uncle Clifford, bitch. It's centered around Uncle Clifford. In the first season, there was already gay interaction within the show. Niggas is watching it because, yes, there's a lot of titties, there's a lot of pussy, there's a lot of, you know, women, strippers, ass, all that men like. But there is, you know, it is about Clifford and his club, so it is going to have his own storyline to it.
Yeah.
So this recent season, they've been doing a lot of gay scenes, and niggas are popping out the woodwork. No, it's been about 2.
Okay, yeah.
3. I done see at least about 3 dicks. 4 if you count that. 4 if you count her sucking him up in the what's the name room. Remember she was.
Oh yeah.
It's some dicks all up in Pvalley.
Dicks all up.
But my thing is, y'all don't shy away from all the ass and the titties, but when the dicks and love scene comes out, everybody wants to go to Twitter like I'm canceling Pvalley, I'm not watching it anymore, and not really showing the support of the gay scenes, and because they're uncomfortable and it's
just fast forward through it.
Like, I'm not understanding what that's about. Why aren't you comfortable enough to sit there and watch that? Like, there's sex scenes everywhere, and just because it's 2 men, if you're comfortable in your sexuality, it shouldn't bother you.
Right, I agree.
You don't have to watch it. You can eat some popcorn. You can go to the bathroom. Get on your phone.
Well, to be
but
like
there's no point
to
you go to Twitter and get online and bash the show and talk about you canceling it because of that. I don't get that. So how do y'all feel about that?
I'll let you take this one.
No, I'll let you take this one.
Okay, well, for me, I just feel like you said, these men are insecure within their masculinity. Because, like I said, it's a show centered around queer people. Like, Uncle Clifford's a whole queer person who hosts the motherfucking place. So, there's going to be some shit in there. Fucking Patrick Ian Polk is the one who was, like, a co-producer on it. He made Noah's Ark.
Thank you.
So, like, you already know from season 1. If you're still tuned in at season 2, it shouldn't be bothering you. Like, why is it bothering you this bad? You're still tuning in week to week. You're paying for this subscription to watch this show. Mm-hmm. So why are you going out of your way to criticize it? Like, no one told you to continue purchasing stars to watch Pvalley.
Show, right?
If you don't want it, you don't have to go backlash and gay bash and all this dick slanging. And I'm tired of seeing gay stuff in the media. No one's forcing you. No one's forcing you to continue watching and subscribing to this whole little app, girl. That's on y'all.
That's on y'all.
And all this pussy and ass. They had Miracle Watts. You know Miracle Watts is? Instagram baddie model, fine as hell. Had her booty ball naked on here. In the newest episode, booty ball naked, had her up in there. But y'all got the nerve to go up in arms about, what's it called? Lil Murder, his piece. And his little side piece.
I ain't seen the new episode yet, so don't give nothing away.
Okay. But I'm going to let you take over because I need to hear your opinion. But this one last thing I'm going to say. Also, all I'm going to say is y'all didn't have the same energy for Miss Mercedes and having the Mercedes experience with Coach's wife. In the lesbian scene, they said nothing about the lesbian scene in the show.
They ain't said shit about
bumping coochies. But y'all got so much to say.
As
soon as you see 2 masculine DM niggas clapping cheeks, I feel like because it reminds me of y'all homeboys. Okay, well, go ahead.
I feel like, because I haven't seen season 2 of Pvalley, so, I feel like, I haven't seen that. I ain't subscribed no stars yet. Huh?
Did we ruin it for you?
No, because y'all...
Twitter and social media is probably ruined it for you.
So we're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
But, I didn't see season 2 of Pvalley, so I don't really have an opinion on that, but I do have an opinion on the fact that if you're season 2... If you're still watching it now and you have an opinion on it, that means you took the time to resubscribe and rewatch this shit. And the thing is, like, if you didn't like it in the first place, why the fuck are you watching it?
Paying for it.
You went back and you took the time out of your day to go and sit and watch this, so you can make them run to social media like, oh, I don't like this. Mm-hmm. But bitch, you went clearly watched the whole first season because you came over here to watch the second season.
Okay. And you're still paying for it.
So...
Because all y'all like that, all that pussy and titties and
people feel a lot of I do feel like
it's a double standard.
When it comes to homosexuality in that sense, people always are okay with like the lesbian side of it and stuff like that.
Every time.
But whenever it does become male on male, like it I guess it sparks something in people and they feel a lot more uncomfortable because of the way masculinity is in society.
And that goes back to being comfortable in your masculinity, like
but also back to the main point. Why the fuck you watching if you didn't want to see it?
Exactly.
Because you know what the fuck you signed up for.
Period.
So
I mean, there's other topics as far as Pride that just went by. There are people taking their kids to the Pride parade, and there was a lot of debates on kids shouldn't be out there. You shouldn't be exposing your kids away to this so early. You should let them choose when they get older. But right now they're so still getting molded, basically easily manipulated, if you will. And you shouldn't be exposing them to stuff like this until they're old enough to understand it. How do y'all feel about that? Especially with the fathers taking their kids out there. And it was mostly men that was at a protest in Ohio that was out there telling them that they shouldn't be taking their kids into the drag show and scaring the kids and shit like that. Look it up. It was an event.
Oh, damn. I ain't hear none of that.
I'll be up on my shit.
But I say if you're an ally, get them started early. And not like get them started early as far as like, just like throw them in with the culture and see how they take. Because they're not going to be uncomfortable with it unless you make them uncomfortable. The whole reason motherfuckers hate gay people and hate pride and all that stuff is because the fact that how they were raised and taught to do that. If you're raised and brought up and like, oh yeah, I've seen that since I was 6. It's cool. Like, I've seen drag queens. I've seen trans people. I've seen non-binary folks. Like, that doesn't faze me.
Yeah.
And they're going to be more empathetic to those type of people later on in their life.
The more they learn, the earlier they learn, they definitely will understand it more once they get older. Once they get older, that you guys already instilled in them that that's bad or you shouldn't do that or this, that, and the third. Like, they have taken on your opinion and made it their own instead of starting early. Because kids start to have their own shit early. Like, kids have their own mind and set up real early.
I feel like with the child brings it up. They say that's something they want to do. I feel like there's right ways to approach doing that. You'll figure something out to where you could, give your child what they want. Even if it's like not going to the big city pride, you might go to the smaller city's pride. Just for that experience for the child.
Okay.
Just because I know going to like in the mass event like in the city and stuff like that might be something like major, and you never know. There's all different types of people out there, so you never know what you're gonna see. But that's why I say if you don't feel comfortable with something like that, start small for that child if that's what the child says they want to do.
Okay, look at y'all. Everybody on the same page. That's what I love, baby. We out here. We agreeing sometimes.
And real quick, I do want to talk about Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Here we go with Hoochie Daddies.
And crop tops.
Oh, God.
Women, I've been seeing them talking about they too tight, they too high, they too short.
I'm starting Hoochie Daddy shorts to the side also.
They too, like, look back in the day, like, if y'all check back in the day, the men wore nothing but Hoochie Daddy shorts. Basketball teams wore Hoochie Daddy shorts. The rugby team, the football team, niggas just wore Hoochie Daddy and crop tops all the time. So let's not act like this is just a new thing just because gays start doing it. Now it's all because feminine and you can't do that because you're a man. Type shit. Like, comfortable in your masculinity. If you are, you'll be fine with it.
Literally.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
That was my topic.
You like Hoochie Daddy shorts? Like, how you feel about them?
I feel like it's just like, honestly, anything in fashion, it all always comes back around. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything comes back around full circle. So, with the Hoochie Daddy shorts, that's something that was popping in like the 70s and early 80s and stuff like that. Yo, uncle, granddaddy, and shit like that was wearing that shit, like, and it was fine. Like, niggas was wearing crop tops, and like
jumpsuits,
platforms, it was not,
and heels.
It was nothing new back then, so it's to act like it's something new now. Is like, and like to feel uncomfortable about it. Like, man, you just sound like another one of them old heads that didn't like it back then.
Exactly.
So really, man, I say get with the times and. Why you hating on somebody else what they put on? Like, you're not the one wearing it, so why the fuck you care? Like,
exactly. You don't like Hoochie Daddy shorts? Don't wear them.
Don't wear them.
Simple.
So
like, you don't like it? Don't wear them. Exactly. And again, just to me put in a cute little statement. It's funny because, like I said, I feel like gays rule all. And they didn't start coming back in fashion until the gays started wearing them. Just like gays were wearing rompers, and then the people started trying to bring romp hems. Gays started wearing little Hoochie Daddy shorts, and then straight men kind of was like, oh, that's cute. Let me have my little thigh out. Like, okay, the gays and people who were in punk and goths painting their nails. Then straight men, oh yeah, this is just I'm breaking gender norms and the little hoop earring with the little cross. The gays, all the shit the gays have been wearing.
Shit.
Gays have been wearing
little toupees of dreads and shit nowadays. Like, they fooling bitches.
They wearing shit like this.
Thank you. Extensions.
Hair done by me. Don't be a hater. But yeah, the Hoochie Daddy shorts, y'all. Like I said, if you don't like them, don't wear them. But don't police other people for wearing them, because men love policing other men about what they can and cannot do. So that's about you want to call everybody else because you worry about what the next man got on, what the next man doing.
Interested in what this man has on.
Right. Why are you so invested, baby?
And instead of
his man hoochie daddy shorts and his thigh meat.
You'll hear cargos.
Because I ain't got no problem with thigh meat.
In jorts.
Okay, because if it's denim, I don't want to see you in them. Well, for my topic, I want to talk about Miss Macy Gray and also Bette Midler. So we're going to take one at a time. And let me see if I can actually
get the quote.
Get the audio real quick. Because I definitely want to show y'all the audio that Macy Gray had said. Because I don't want to get her, her quote wrong.
Okay, allegedly.
Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and preset this. So she was on Piers Morgan. If anybody knows who Piers Morgan is, he's like some news anchor kind of dude. He has a show. He's kind of known for being a little bit transphobic, problematic, a little bit racist, homophobic, anything negative you can think of, because he was very much for the people. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what happened in his politics, but shit just shifted real quick, and now he's just kind of like one of those people that be online. He brings them on to the show and tries to bait them and stuff and saying shit. That's basically what it is. So she's on there trying to promote one of her albums that she's coming out with that no one's gonna listen to, but it's her last chance. So we're going to go ahead and play the audio for y'all of what Macy Gray has to say. Okay, well, here we go, girls.
And there would be so many things that went into that,
I mean, we're in an era now, Macy, where you can't. Most public figures are too terrified to even say what they think a woman is.
See how you get her?
I mean, if I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
Let's say a human being with boobs. You have to start there.
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just says a human, adult, female, right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. Oh, he, she, they. That's gonna.
And I'm not sure why. Really, it's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. I support all trans rights to fairness and equality.
Me too.
But not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies.
Me too.
Transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport.
I totally agree. And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you her, I will. Because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you her and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do feel.
All right, so that's enough of her. So y'all see what she had to say. And, do you want me to give my opinion first? Or do y'all want to go?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I mean, you can go out and buy titties and a vagina. Anybody can get those. But that's also not what makes a woman, period. Like, just because you have titties, vagina, that's not what makes a woman. It's more like inner, how you feel, more of like, they're talking more about like the visuals and the parts that you're born with. It's much deeper than what she's seeing. She's seeing more of the surface of what a trans person is instead of what's deeper underneath what a trans person is. I will say that.
Final answer.
I will say that because I mean I didn't hear the whole quote, but
that was
what I did hear, I didn't really find problematic. But now that I'm hearing it, he baited her, but she stayed on the surface of stuff. She didn't really go deep underneath, and I don't really think she understands trans people deep underneath as to why she stayed on the surface level of it and the visual effect of just because you go get titties and a vagina doesn't make you a woman. Like, it's much more than that. Like, people think that getting pregnant makes you a woman. Like, a lot of women can't get pregnant, so there's different definitions of what a woman can be. It's not just the visual. Macy Gray.
Go ahead, Zay. I know, because Zay a little problematic, so I know Zay probably cooking up something in his head. Like, all right, let me keep it cute.
I'm not problematic. I feel like that. I feel like, yeah, like you said, he's a person type, like he baits people. So, and with questions like that, they're problematic. A lot of the times is you can answer that question a million ways, very wrongly in many people's eyes. And there's only a few right ways that are going to satisfy as many people as yes. So it's like
either opinion.
It's like like you told me earlier, like kind of diving down into the rabbit hole, and you just kind of keep on getting deeper. The more you, explain on it. So, like you said, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. She didn't necessarily know the magnitude of what she was saying, or really necessarily how to say it to appeal to the masses and make sure that more people are happy than not. So.
I mean, the question was given to her, but I would always say, don't speak on it if you don't know. Like, do your research. But she probably didn't know that question was coming.
And she ain't know
so
how to
it was
answer
like y'all said, it was baited, and she was definitely reeled in, because I don't think she does her research. She doesn't look this stuff up. It's like she said, if you want me to call you or she, I'm going to do that because that's what you want. But she doesn't understand. I don't think she understands what the magnitude of it is,
and see, I'm giving her a little grace because I don't want to go too hard in on black women because we suffer enough in the world. But girl, I'm not gonna give her this much grace because she said, I know they're gonna get mad at me for this, so you knew what you were going to say, and you went ahead and said it anyway. You went ahead and commented and gave it knowing the masses wouldn't like it. And like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. Everybody's entitled to your opinion, but it doesn't mean I gotta like your opinion. It doesn't mean that your opinions don't have consequences. But, she has her definition of what a woman is, and
everyone does.
They do, but I'm just letting her know that, girl, you aren't the brink of femininity and womanhood because she's about 6'2", broad-shouldered, deep voice. Like, I'm pretty sure back in the day they was calling Macy Gray a man. They was talking about, is she trans? I'm pretty sure she's gotten all that. So you would figure somebody on that level of scrutiny of womanhood will kind of empathize with trans people about, being judged by their surface and not the entirety of who they are.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, girl, and even given a cute 100 or so years ago, girl, you was considered cattle, not even a person. Okay. I'm just saying 150 years ago, you was considered cattle, not even a person. You was considered what 1/3, 1/5, 1/8, something like that of a person, and you got the nerve to turn around and kind of reduce womanhood to somebody else. Like I think, and that's just I heard that's a black people thing. I feel like because when black people say it's like, girl, who are you to talk about anybody's rights? When not that long ago, they was reducing you down to cattle and breeding property, girl.
Yeah.
So who are you to talk about anybody?
That's what I just feel like she got baited.
She did.
And it ended badly.
And I would have stuck with her. Not stuck with her. I would have committed her more if she would have stayed on what she wanted because she retracted her statement. It's like, I didn't mean to offend nobody. I didn't mean to do this. I feel like you can do whatever you want, blah, 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 blah. But, like, no, girl, Santee knows that if that's how you think, that's how you feel.
That's how you gonna feel.
Don't reel it back in. Stand by that shit.
What you gonna do?
Stand in your shit, girl.
I remember Whoopi Goldberg did that shit, and she pissed me off about what she said, and then went and apologized. Like, stand in your shit. If that's what you believe, you said it for a reason. And then before you said, I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but so you wanted to get your statement out there. You wanted to be heard, but stand by that shit. I said what I said. That's what I feel like it is.
Okay, and also, like, when it comes to feminists, what she says she's a feminist, and she's, like, wants equality for all people, it's like, back in the days when they was fighting, they was talking about, women are more than just their body parts. Women are more than just your breast and your uteruses and breeding, especially with today in age and everything going on with Roe v. Wade. I figured you would, like, girl, what do you mean? You'd have some more shit to say. Okay, that's what you chose to talk about on Piers Morgan? Not Roe v. Wade and women's rights being overturned. Not Black Lives Matter, people get shot down the street, but how? Well, what's the definition of a woman?
Well, you gotta,
that's what you use your 15 minutes for, girl.
He asked her that.
He had a list probably full of questions that he was going to ask her. So, you got to be prepared for whatever
she got baited.
Yeah, she got baited.
She's on his show,
like, we ain't gonna just say that's the one she
chose
talk about. He asked her that question, so
you're right, but she's been in the game since the 90s. You ain't got no media training, girl. You don't know how to divert.
When's the last time Macy Gray been in the media? When's the last time this bitch had?
She had some time to practice.
She had none. She was not.
I ain't seen Macy Gray since she sang "I Was Told by Ginger" theme song.
That's old.
Since she was on that episode of That's Alright.
I was just about to say that.
But girl, you should know by now. You should learn how to divert the media. No comment. Oh, women are how you see yourself.
I'm gonna say I thought Macy Gray was a lesbian, so I thought she'd be a little more in the community than I thought lesbian. She had roommates.
Okay, roommates. Okay.
She ain't got no kids, do she?
I don't know. I didn't really hear much about
Allegedly, I'm gonna say
because
allegedly.
ain't nobody checking for Macy Gray.
True that.
You gonna come up out of a hiatus of 15, 30 years, and this what you gonna talk about? Now ain't nobody talking about your new album. Ain't nobody talking about your performance on
She never should have. That's what they're talking about now. I didn't even know she performed. I didn't know she had a new album. Like this is what everybody
Maybe you think it's like a media stunt?
No, I don't know because Piers Morgan does this type of shit, and he just had a black woman on there. And he asked her what a woman was, and she was like, "A woman is how you identify." And he was like, "No, but what do you think?" She's like, "I'm not gonna go into this with you. I said what I said about what a woman is." Next question, and like she handled her shit. But I'm just saying, I feel like somebody that level of stardom, which isn't that
Macy Gray went on there high as hell,
girl,
and wasn't ready for shit.
Not in like. I feel like a mainstream way. She's like more of a
She's too
black,
busy giving
black
alley abortions to Capella girls.
Shut up. She's definitely an icon. I will.
She's
say
that. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like she's more of a black icon.
Macy Gray.
I feel like black icons and what like society thinks icons, especially like in American society thinks icons are, is completely different.
Maybe a legend.
Black icons, like she is a black legend.
Okay, maybe a legend.
She's like a C-list.
Her with that, like
she's like a C-list black celebrity.
You not a C-list?
I ain't gonna say she's a legend, but she
also like Angie.
She has iconic moments in her career, and a lot of artists in the game respect her. So
they do,
and I respect her.
I definitely think she's a legend.
She's put out.
Give me a definition.
I'm not legend. Legend.
I don't know if she's even an icon because not many people look up to her in that sense.
Okay, so
I feel like she's had
the things that she's done. She's done iconic things.
Like what?
That's what I'm saying. With her voice, like just like being able to do what she does with her voice and the way it sounds. You know. She has
an iconic voice.
She's found her
animation.
Yeah, she has an iconic voice.
She has a rare voice. She has a unique voice.
Like,
let's not use iconic.
Let's not come.
And I still love you, sis. I still got love for you, sis. I still got love for you. Okay. So like I said, I feel like everybody just doing all this talking about trans people and shit. Like so, like it's just going on. So I'm gonna give y'all a statement. And then I'm going to, ask for your opinion. So this is her statement. And mind you, she just tweeted this out of nowhere. Like, girl, she wasn't on no interview. Didn't nobody ask her this. She just went ahead and started talking shit like Bette Midler does. Because she also was the one to say that women were the niggers of the world.
When the fuck
a few years ago? That? You don't remember her? She tweeted that. She said women are the niggers of the world.
You said this is a black woman, right?
White woman. Bette Midler, Hocus Pocus.
This is the woman from Hocus.
Oh, that's
Pocus.
Oh, that's the.
What's her name?
First Wives Club. Winifred from
Hocus Pocus.
No,
yeah, she said women are the.
We still haven't confirmed if she's on The View or not.
It's not her. It's not her. That's
That's
Sharon. No, Sharon's been on.
Sharon.
It's someone else. A redhead. But anyway, this is what she said. We are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators and even people with vaginas. Don't let them erase us. End quote. Like my monologue about Midler.
Yeah, question. What does that have to do with trans people?
Well, the reason it has to do with trans people is because it's about the whole reason people are using those type of statements is for inclusion of people who don't identify as women but also menstruate, also give birth. Like there's trans men out there who don't identify as women but they have vaginas. They are fighting for abortion rights. There are people who are non-binary who don't identify as women. They're the same ones who menstruate and are fighting for abortion rights and out here with this reproductive takeaway.
But
so
was it really targeted towards trans, or was people just taking it that way? Because I did see an apology she had put out, but she said she was talking about a tweet or something else like a few weeks ago, and it had nothing.
A few weeks ago, she's now gonna come up with a tweet.
Yeah, bitch. She
so
busy.
Do you think her state was problematic at all?
No, because I don't see what has to do with trans people. I don't see what has to do with trans women at all.
Because it sounded like if it was a few weeks ago, she's talking about the votes or whatever case, the case in the Supreme Court. She's talking about
the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, Roe versus
Wade. No,
Wade.
this happened last week. I mean, but she is it's kind of referencing that.
It could kind of just be leading off of that.
Yeah, I don't think she's targeting trans women.
Because she's not saying like, oh, these are the people that are taking these rights away.
Yeah,
I'm assuming based off of what's been going on, she's probably talking about that, and they're trying to take their rights away and stuff like that, and saying I would assume. I'm not gonna say that it is because I'm not sure. I don't know her history or nothing like that. And especially on topics like this, it sounds like she might be a little bit problematic. But you know,
Definitely can be.
Since I don't know who the fuck this is, I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt. But yeah,
She can be problematic, but I don't think she was problematic in this statement because I don't think she was specifically targeting trans women. I think she was just speaking off like we
Well, of course
said.
we can, because we can't give birth and shit like that, so it's not targeting us.
Okay.
but they call them like menstruators. But like these.
She said she's having issues with these type of statements. She's saying we're being stripped of our rights of our bodies, our lives, and even our name. Who's stripping you of your name? She's upset that people are using statements like, she said they don't call us women anymore. She's upset that they're referring to people who give birth as birthing people and menstruators and people with vaginas. Don't erase it. She's feeling erased in this whole conversation about
because they're taking away her rights as in her body. Period.
Yeah.
Like they're taking away.
She's talking about the name.
I mean, not even her because
like they're not
too old to have children.
Girl,
oh, like let's really
she's
speak
way
on,
past
like,
birthing
age.
But people of that nature, though, you know, people
there's gonna be a whole full-grown man come out.
now they are being forced to, you know, be something that has to carry a child, you know, if it comes, you know, that it comes to be.
Ooh, I will say, just like the last person we were just talking about, I feel like this is her definition of a woman. Being able to have kids and give birth and stuff like that. So to her, when they're taking that right away from her, she's feeling like, okay, they're erasing us as women. They call us this, they call us that. They're being erased. Like, I feel like that may be what she's talking about, because her definition of a woman would be being able to reproduce. Maybe that. I don't think she's targeting trans. I don't think she's targeting.
See, this is my opinion of it. My opinion of it is the fact that she is upset over the fact that when these conversations about reproductive justice come up, that people are being inclusive, and she's feeling erased in that. So that people are being inclusive of all the other identities that give birth and can menstruate and stuff like that, instead of just saying, oh, well, women's rights. They're saying, oh, birthing people's rights. Oh, people who menstruate's rights. She's like, why are you doing all that? Why are you saying all this? We're women. We're the ones who do this. Why are you using all these other terms? You're trying to erase womanhood. You're using birthing people and menstruators and people who with vaginas. We're women. That's what I thought. That's what I got from it.
I didn't know that was derogatory towards. I didn't know that was something that.
It's not just like I thought she just. And I'm feeling like, girl, by being inclusive of other people that can give birth, what is that taken away from you? What is being erased about you by being inclusive to other people? Because, girl, you can still say women's rights, women's reproductive this. I mean, and we know you're talking to just women. We know you're not talking about trans men. We know you're not talking about non-binary, but you're talking about women. But there's people out there who are trying to be more inclusive of those people when talking about reproductive rights. And I feel like she just feels erased in all of it. But nobody's taking anything away from you, girl. You can still claim woman. You can still claim every other thing. You can still refer to the people you're talking to as women.
Yes.
Like, girl, what are you upset about? Why'd you have to go on this whole long tweet?
I feel you. I get what you're saying too.
It's just irritating, y'all.
I didn't know that was something that. I didn't know those words meant something to. I just thought she was just talking and ranting.
Right. That's what I got from it.
Synonyms, you know. I thought she was just
read into it too much, but
I mean, you typically do.
But like I said, I felt
But Bette Midler saying nigger has kind of got me off on the deep end. Like maybe she did need some harm, goddamn. But I'm gonna give her, like he said, the benefit of the doubt, because I love me some Bette Midler.
Okay, and to close out the topics, I got one more topic I want to share with y'all. So there's this whole thing called soft parenting going on that I seen. It's just kind of like people parents talking to their children, and like, let's say their child is throwing a tantrum, they sit there and talk to them and explain to them how you throwing a tantrum is, you know, wrong, not really wrong, but you know, use your emotions, use your words, don't throw yourself, why are you upset, tell me why you're upset, use your words, stuff like that. And people are calling it soft parenting. Like, what do y'all feel about that whole, that it's being a style of parenting? Is that really considered soft parenting or good parenting?
I just think it's a different form of parenting. I feel like it's not a bad way because we were raised, tear that ass up. But I will say I feel like it's more of a new generation patient. People being more patient with their children and want to understand their children more instead of just being impatient. You want this child to stop crying, so you're gonna pop their ass and scare them into stop crying. You keep crying, bitch, you gonna get some more of this pop. So go in the corner and suck it the fuck up. So and suck it the fuck up. So I do feel like parents these days do have more. I'll say it's more like whites or maybe like the biracial couples that are trying this new age of parenting where you talk to your children more and try to understand where they're crying and give them a voice and everything. I don't think it's wrong because, like I said, it's more of a patient thing. It teaches you patience instead of just shut up. I don't want to hear you. Be quiet because I said you can't do that because instead of like, why are you crying? What's making you upset? Why are you acting this way? What's hurting you? Type shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's different because I sure didn't.
I ain't receive none of that.
I didn't receive none of them. And I didn't have none of them. Okay.
Nothing soft about it.
But I wouldn't call it soft parenting. I would call it, I don't know, something other than soft because I don't think it's soft because it takes a real motherfucker to be patient with the fucking child.
Patient parenting.
With the whole, okay.
But and I feel like there could be a negative side of it when it becomes too soft. That's where a lot of people get that negative, perspective of it because the thing is there is some people that just don't. They think it's all just trying to be like sentimental with their child and always trying to figure. No, I do feel like you should be trying to understand your child because that's something that I feel like I didn't necessarily get enough of, or I felt like I didn't get enough of as a child. I feel like I wish I was understood more, or that it took time to try to understand a little bit more than they did. But we're all still human, so people are dealt the cards they deal, and they play it that way. And they just work with what they have, and with how they're raised.
Yeah,
but. With that, it becomes negative when they get too soft because the thing is, you still have to remember, their attention span is on this short.
Right.
So you still have to get their attention. You still have to do things and still make sure that they know, okay, I know I'm trying to reason with you, but I'm still in charge. So you got to still be able to command authority. And still, try to understand your child at the same time. That don't mean you got to be yelling at them.
You got to find a good balance in
parenting. Yeah. So, as long as you're doing it right, I don't see anything wrong with it.
And when do you start soft parenting? Because your child can't talk from so on to so forth. So they do something bad, you can't really reason and talk with them. You're also not supposed to pop them and whoop and tear that ass up at such a young age because they're still learning and not understanding. Right. So. What age do you start and what age would you stop? Because after I done soft parented you and actually tried to understand you for this long, and now that you're still acting out, now it's time to lay some hands. Because I done tried to understand you. I done tried to talk to you. I done tried to get your side. But you still want to act the ass. So when can I start tearing that ass up? Because I can try to soft parenting at first to see if it worked for a few years. But how many years do I have to give it to where you're still being disrespectful and now I got to tear that ass up and show you who the fuck is the boss?
Okay, so I feel like if your child, after you giving them the emotional maturity with soft parenting and they're still fucking up, either there's something going on in your household that you need to address, and that's maybe take them to therapy or something, because if you're sitting there reasoning and teaching them how to use their emotions and their words and be communicative about their feelings, then I don't see why they're still acting up.
Right.
They should be able to come to me like, I don't like you yell at me, it makes me feel sad. You'd be like, oh, okay, well, and you just kind of got to work through it. But if they still cussing you out or they still throwing tantrums and throwing things, I feel like there's something more going on with your child.
So you ain't got a hold.
Okay, it sounds like it ain't so soft after all.
Exactly. There's something, because I feel like if you're giving that emotional maturity, and I feel like parents don't kind of see their children as people. I think that's what it is. They just feel like I'm so authoritative over you, and they kind of get this power trip when it comes to their children, because a lot of the times they maybe don't got a lot of control in their life, and the one thing I do got control over is that little motherfucker I brought into this world.
Period.
So you gonna show you gonna do what I say.
And I was gonna say, too much soft parenting can hurt a child because they feel like you don't care about them. Like, you're just letting them do whatever they want. You're not really parenting them. You're just letting them become their own person. And they want a parent, not a friend. Like, they want you to tell them what they can and cannot do sometimes, instead of just letting them make their own decisions. So, like I said, there's an age gap, and there's an age to where you can start and stop this shit. And like you said, if something is still going on and still cussing you out, then something deeper is happening.
It's levels to it.
It's definitely levels to it. There's levels to everything.
And just depending on what you're dealing with, and which, you know, because, like, you know, they are still only human. So, therefore, you only can do as much as what you know. And, you know, a lot of what you know, you might have been taught wrong. You know, you were trying to do it based off of your experience, or trying to be different from your experience. And you really just playing it by ear type shit. Mm-hmm. So, it's, you know, if you don't got a control over it, and that, you know, that soft parenting shit ain't working, yeah, I feel like definitely, you know, I would look into other sources, you know, like, you know, therapy being a man, therapy being like a good one.
Some good therapy, baby.
I'm big on therapy for mental health awareness, just because
we can try that.
Therapy is an underrated, you know, experience that a lot of people need, and they don't, or if they don't need it, it's still beneficial.
Everybody can benefit
in the long run. So I feel like that's a good outsource. And if you know you don't feel comfortable with therapy, go talk to somebody. You know, talk to a good close family member. Talk to a pastor. Talk to whatever, you know, somebody that's, you know, you feel comfortable telling, and try to see if they can help you get a better perspective on it.
I will say, with these smart ass kids being born these days, not smart ass as far as they're smart mouths, but like intelligent ass kids that's being born these days, I feel like whooping should be your last resort. Like, you should try all the other methods before you resort to whooping your child. You know, I was over here, whoop that ass, tear that ass up. But still, I think I'll try more methods. And if you feel like that you need to beat on your child and hit your child, maybe you need therapy. Maybe they don't need therapy. Maybe you need to go. That's the word, ain't it? That's the word.
Speak on it.
If you feel like that you make you feel better to shut them up or something, you beating your kid, maybe you need to
by
go
hitting
to therapy.
them like.
That's not making nobody feel better, you or them, because it's hurting them and it's hurting you too because you beating on your kids. I mean, maybe not that in the moment. You feel good because you release some stress, but later on you're gonna be like, damn, I really put my hands on this little, you know, however
this
old.
Little life, yeah. Because like they're children, they don't know how to control their emotions yet.
They're still growing.
They have no control of everything. You gotta learn with time.
Maybe you need to go get some therapy if beating is your first resort.
Exactly. Like if you feel so frustrated, you want to take it out on your child. Like why? If that's your first thing, you should be emotionally mature enough to handle your emotions.
That's what's triggering you.
Like, and you do because you gotta put some force behind that to make them feel that. It's like if you have that much pent up tension or anger or upsetness, whatever going on in you, why are you taking that on your child? Maybe that's something you need to check in yourself.
You need to work on your communication skills because.
Thank you, because the first thing your child does something wrong, and the first thing your result is like, oh, let me spank them, let me hit them, like.
And
why is that your go-to?
And if that's your trigger, stop having 4 or 5 kids. Also, like, stop popping out Rugrats and beating them. Like, if that's your trigger, kids
men
yelling
and women,
stuff like that, like, stop doing that.
Men and women.
Men and women. Yes, it's all around. Shit.
And men being present in the household is more than just being there.
Period.
It's actually disciplining your children, talking to your children, caring for your children. Because I've seen some video on Twitter and it pissed me off. Some woman talk about she wanted her husband to watch her kids, so she got the thing. He's like, you want me to watch them? Like, why didn't you call a babysitter? Anyway, it pissed me off. We're not going to talk about it. It pissed me off.
Can we talk about these videos about the stepchildren? Okay, you get in a relationship and she got kids, you got kids, y'all come married, and either she's not doing the same shit that she's doing for your kids that she's doing for her kids. Y'all ain't seen that where she's buying her kids McDonald's and she's just waiting for the other.
We are not doing the McDonald's combo.
Right.
Oh, I hate that video.
I don't know if these are like clout videos or what, but
no, bitch, no, that shit was real.
Come on now. If you married into a situation, you know what the fuck you're getting into. You know what it relates. You know what's tying together. You tying in debt. You're not just getting married and taking last names, bitch. No, debt, bitch. Debt. You tying in debt. You tying down dick. You taking in kids, you taking in family, you taking in all these other problems that this person had. You not just taking in one person. So you just can't buy your kids some shit for or to eat.
Hold on, pause.
No, wait, no.
No.
Let me say something right quick because it's about marriage, right?
Yeah,
so they're married. The thing is,
they weren't married in that video though.
But
so they're not married.
Oh, so just like boyfriend girlfriend situation?
No, okay. That's all I want to say. Because in the video that had went viral, the woman has like 4 kids. And one of us by this dude. I guess the child that texted the dad, talking about, I want some McDonald's, I'm hungry, blah, blah, blah. He pulled up, bought his son some McDonald's. And she's like, well, why did you bring the other kids nothing? Why did you bring the other 3 kids? They're not his kids, but why would you bring, his siblings would want this too. Why would you only bring a meal for him? And he was like, well, just have my son come outside. We can eat in the car since if you don't want him eating in the house.
Was there?
I think so, yeah. I mean, clearly, because you're going pulling up at the baby mama's house, she got...
all the kids.
Yeah. Only one of the kids is his.
It's mixed. It's a mixed feeling.
I don't think it is.
Okay. What if them kids had already ate before they got there because they daddy had fed them?
And they lived with her probably.
All 4 kids with her, yeah.
Oh, the boy...
So why is he hungry?
Period.
If everybody
Period.
Why is he the only one hungry? And everybody's getting fed in the house.
Unless I just drop this boy off or something like that,
No, because if I'm dropping my son off, my son is okay. He's bold enough to text me he's hungry. He would have told me he was hungry before I dropped him off. So if he's at the house with his mama and everybody else, ain't nobody else in this bitch hungry, and my son's only talking about he hungry. Why is he hungry?
I think it's more of a, I want some McDonald's. She like, bitch, I ain't got no McDonald's money. Call your daddy. And he calls daddy. He pull up the McDonald's like,
okay,
that's what I feel like. But
why does he have to bring everybody food? If she told him to call his daddy, bitch, I'm calling my daddy. I'm finna get some McDonald's. Bitch, say me, you, Imani was chill at the house, and we chilling at mama's house, and you hungry because you don't like the fuck mama cook, and you text daddy, I'm hungry. Can I get, and daddy pull up with some motherfucking McDonald's? I mean, he ain't our stepdaddy, but take it into consideration. And just bring you some food, and we just sit there eating beefaroni or whatever the fuck it was. What was the shit?
But that's our daddy. He should bring everybody some food.
I know that was a bad one.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Y'all at the house. She didn't text Tico. This is my sister. My brother's sister. Mm-hmm. She texts her daddy, I want some food, blah blah blah. He pull up and bring her some like red lobster, some McDonald's, or whatever. And then, y'all don't get no food. Y'all not his kids, but he knows y'all in the house.
But if it's in the situation to where mama had already cooked and you don't like the food that she cooked and you text it off of pettiness, I get that. Like, he's bringing the baby some food. Like, okay, you want this. But I'm not finna buy everybody McDonald's because my baby said it was like, there'd be some communication between the child and the mama had to text the baby dad like, okay, well, your son's hungry and I really fed the kid. Can you bring everybody some McDonald's or something like that? But it was the kid straight to his daddy. Yeah. And the daddy ain't got no responsibility to them other kids, especially if you just a baby mama.
Exactly.
If you just a baby mama, I ain't got no responsibility to your other kids.
Exactly.
But if we're dating, you know what you got into. You knew she had 4 kids. Yeah. So I stand by the video. Yes, he did. He had all the right to feed his own son. Yeah. We're not dating. You're just a baby mama. Period. All right, y'all. We're at the end of the bottle, and it is time for the part of the segment. I got 2, so I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start with the negative. Oh hell no! I still got this fucking nail polish on for my birthday, and I can't get it the fuck off, and I'm not paying to go get it off. And as I peel it off, it just keeps fucking up my bottom nails.
Is that why you have my acetone?
Yes, I've been trying to get this shit off since June 8th, y'all. Like maybe like June 12th, I'll say. But that's my oh hell no. Like how the fuck cheap way to get this shit off? Because it's just fucking up my nails. So my oh hell yes of the segment will be R. Kelly got 30 years, baby.
I know that's right.
30
that's right.
years. Well deserved years, honey. Well deserved.
He going to jail.
Here come the cops.
Here come the cops. They lock that ass up. Hey, they lock that ass up. Okay.
Okay. I made them quick. That was quick.
But yes, oh hell yes.
And yours?
Alright, so for mine.
Quit doing my dog like that.
Sorry, she's in my life. Alright, y'all, so for mine, I'm going to give an oh hell no.
All right.
To the Supreme Court for overturning Roe versus Wade. I know this is about 2-3 weeks late.
Period.
But I'm going to just let y'all know. Hell no.
Hell no. Like.
Because y'all think this shit is cute. I'll blame you 53% of white bitches that voted for Trump. I'm blaming y'all ass.
We looking at
I'm blaming all y'all hoes because y'all did this. If y'all would have voted for Hillary, wouldn't have been in this shit. No way. I'm also blaming Obama. Blaming your ass too because you had the right to go ahead and sign into an executive order to get our shit to get, well, not my shit, because that's not me, but to get the shit locked down in the federal court, and you didn't do that because you thought it just wasn't at the right time, bitch, in 8 years. So, oh hell no to everybody that failed birthing people's rights to do what they needed to do and have the autonomy over their body to do it. So, oh hell no. Say, lighten the mood.
Well,
Please.
I'm gonna give an oh hell yes to myself because it's my
Selfish.
birthday in 3 days. Like I said, Mr.
Yes.
Craig, Mr. Craig 714, you gonna sing your boy a little funds, you know. Make it a good day. I might be working on my birthday. So
How old you turning?
Lighten the mood. 24.
Oh, he's a baby, y'all. He's finally getting to 24.
Walk over
Finally.
you know.
Right, you almost up there. Love to see
You
it.
are.
Ooh, all right, on that end of the segment, so I can beat this nigga ass. Well, thank you all for tuning into another episode of the Sippin With Siblings.
Yes. Thanks for coming back.
Okay, thanks for coming back.
We're going to be more consistent. We are going to be more consistent. I
We will.
promise.
And making more videos. And thank you, Zay,
Yes.
for being a part of this
Cheers
podcast
to Zay
today.
for coming out.
I'll put all his
Appreciate you.
info down in the box so you can go ahead and send him a little coin for his birthday. And we'll see y'all next week, hopefully. Bye, y'all.